Mario Party is seemingly built on one thing: luck. And given that, how could you possibly speedrun it? You could obviously bash your head against the wall several times until things just work out, or you can dive a little deeper and learn how Mario Party can be perfected. From quick problem solving to mashing to movement, this game is not meant for the weak as it demands all parts of your body. But most importantly, this game naturally calls to the gamblers of the world as the run requires nothing short of complete and utter dedication. For this is the story of how I set out to achieve the speedrun world record in none other than Mario Party Superstars. You get the reference. So one day I got bored and started browsing speedrun.com, which is exactly how another one of my videos started. And yes, it's demonetized. Then I came across Mario Party Superstars and thought to myself, could I beat 3 easy CPUs on every board in one sitting? Of course I could, but I tried it on a little practice run and I just got bored. The easy CPUs were surprisingly easy to beat. Wario uses custom dice, gets a star, and... What? So I changed their difficulty to master because I needed a thrill, but the world record for that was sitting at 2 hours and 26 minutes. This would prove to be difficult for multiple reasons. Not only do I have to speed through the entire game as fast as I can, I have to guarantee that I can win on every single board consecutively. The master level CPUs in this game definitely have some unfair aspects, like this minigame, and the fact that they can use the custom dice to roll onto hidden blocks. That's fun.
What the fuck?
This run is all about being prepared for literally anything. Dear God. Now, the first thing you're probably wondering is how the fuck do you speedrun Mario Party? 3 days ago, I had no idea. So I trapped myself in a room and dedicated 3 whole days, morning to night, to grind out a potential world record in the name of Mario Party. And the biggest thing I learned is the largest amount of time saved comes from the mini-games. There are 100 different ones, so the variance is problematic. Some games like Tug of War go by real fast. Oh my god, it's over already. And then there's stuff like Dungeon Duos, which is a great minigame in its own right, but it takes like 80 seconds to beat, whereas Tackle Takedown, yeah! Through some techniques, you can actually force certain minigames to be selected, but more on that later. Another time save is all about what happens on the board. This one is a bit more uncontrolled, as it's Mario Party, for Christ's sake. But that's what I signed up for. You just have to have complete blind faith that you don't see any duels in the last 5 turns, or God forbid, versus minigames. So before looking up any of these strategies I just mentioned, I had to create a route for myself. So all I did was order the boards from hardest to easiest, so if I have to reset, it's not a massive time loss. I played each game with 10 turns and turned bonus stars off. This definitely makes it harder to secure a victory, but it should be much faster as you skip a lengthy award ceremony cutscene a total of 5 times. The world record, held by Fuzziness, has bonus stars turned on for Woody Wood to help him guarantee a win on the Twiki board, but I ain't no bitch, so bonus stars stay off. And with an unearned amount of confidence, I decided to boot up Superstars and take a crack at a blind run just to see how I do. My run starts on Peach's birthday cake. The order we all move in doesn't really matter, but it's definitely nice to move first. The star on this board doesn't rotate location, so you're really just hoping as few players reach it as possible to save time. An optimal roll for the first turn is either a 2, 5, 6, or 9 to avoid any additional menuing like event or lucky spaces. Sadly, they're pretty much inevitable between 4 players, but hey, that's Mario Party. Then you have to squeeze in some time for a minigame. Is it gonna be 3 seconds? Is it gonna be a minute and a half? Is it gonna be 3 seconds, or is it gonna be a minute and a half? Who knows? Usually you just put the controller down for a timed 30-second minigame and think about where life went wrong for you to become so demented that speedrunning fucking Mario Party sounded fun. That's happening. After studying these boards as much as I've essentially memorized every space there is. Honestly, I could probably draw them perfectly from memory. Wait, could I? And that's it. And I'm pretty sure that's perfect. Which is alarming. Then the minigame rolls around and you lose 20 seconds. Uh-huh. Rolling low here isn't necessarily bad because moving fewer spaces is obviously a huge time save, but if everyone is rolling high, I'm probably just gonna lose this game. And Daisy already has a star. So just a reminder, it's not about just being fast. I also have to beat 3 master level CPUs with bonus stars turned off. And as someone who took a statistics class before dropping out of college, I'm here to tell you, the odds are not in my favor. Anyways, reverse a bomb, a 30-second time sink. There's actually a strategy to speed this minigame up, but I'll talk about it later in the video. Since, unfortunately, I was 30 seconds stupider when I recorded this, so yeah, it's a 30-second time sink. But hey, at least I'm saving time by rolling low. Yahoo! Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that sucks more. And you know what? That might suck the most. At least this minigame only lasts 2 whole minutes. This is probably not going to end up being world record, but hey, it's my first run. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Then the little Goomba fork in the road wastes a lot of time, but you kind of gotta watch it. 1 minigame later, and hey, it's time for the last 5 turns. I was actually rolling low on purpose to make sure it looked like I was in 4th place so Toad would give me a free item. Yeah, let's just go with that. The scary part now is that duels are active and each one can waste up to 3 minutes of time. So I'm gonna treat my competition like America during the pandemic. Actually, no, that's not a good thing, is it? If you can't tell, 1v3 minigames are by far the best for a speedrun because they're usually just 30 seconds of survival and will usually end early if you sacrifice a body to the cold hands of death. And at long last, we finally have a star. The only win condition here is for me to either find another star, get lots of coins, or just hope that everybody rolls low over the next 3 turns. Yeah, this is bad. I know that a lot of you guys just think this run is bullshit RNG, but let me tell you what, you're correct. And that is where I thrive. Do you even know me? Do you know how often I challenge the whims of fate? On this channel, the statistically improbable outcome is usually the reality. Who got first try hands? Who got a grout on that starter and no bad things happened? Who is the champion of Mario Party? And who will gladly bash their head into the wall as many times as it takes to achieve a world record? Well, either that or my wrists give out. And you tell me which one's more likely. So speaking of the impossible being possible, you know what else could ruin this run? Any possible ideas?
Well, it's probably not a star. Okay, maybe it is a star.
Well, I'm working on it. I have 1 turn left to get a star, and I am not risking shit. So hey, thank you for my star, thank you for playing, and thank you for losing. On to Koopas Tropical Beach. Similar to the previous board, the star doesn't change locations, but it does if you land on a happening spot, but we probably won't land on this one because it is a time loss, but you know how that one goes. So it's another board where it's nice to roll first, but not necessarily required. On this one, it's mainly just important that you roll real fat and get to the star as fast as possible and as many times as possible. Banger minigame and all. But am I the only one who thinks this one looks a little wrong without the black boxes everywhere? So another turn flies by and nothing of importance really happens. Which is honestly a really good thing considering how terrifying it is when stuff does happen in this godforsaken game. Oh wait, that's huge. Tug of War is a perfect minigame to get since I trade the skin of my palm for a 3-second minigame. That is just a small price of my physical being for a 27-second time save. Is it worth it, you ask? No. But Olympians are made out of blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm actually not going to compare myself to Olympian athletes because what I do is way harder. Anyways, I got my star, yay. And then flip the locations, which is a time loss I meant to do. Sure, which just kind of sucks for Mario, but at least his war crimes are finally being punished. This board, for the most part, is pretty uneventful, so it's really just about lucking out on fast minigames. This one may be slow, but bumper balloon cars, now that's a quick one. Which, this is so cool, because that time save, oh my god, it's immediately irrelevant because Mario landed on a goddamn versus space! Luckily, it's only the slowest game Mario Party has to offer. Oh, this is an awesome speed game. You know what? I think the run's going pretty well. I mean, the video has 0 dislikes, so that means something, right? Oh look, it's the last 5 turns. Mario was selected for the bonus this time and got 20 coins, which is great since sometimes Toad just hands out insurance plans and pistols. Despite that, Peach makes it to her 2nd star, and assuming nothing crazy happens, this should be a guaranteed win. Not really a fast win, which is kind of the point of what I'm doing, so you could say things are actually going quite poorly. Peach got another star, witnessed a couple duels, gross, and played a few minigames. Another win, sure, but there is a lot to improve here. So next stop, Woody Woods. This board features a fair amount of RNG gimmicks, a rotating star, and despite that, it's definitely more controlled than the first 2, experiences. At this point, I have learned that 1v3 minigames are definitely the fastest, so if you can force them, take it. But sometimes, this happens. Which is a good thing. In the boards from Mario Party 2 and 3, the biggest difficulty is the CPUs getting chomp calls. You know, like that. They move the star, which wastes your time and wastes my therapist's time. Speaking of wasting time, the speedrun is really cool. Just, I promise, give me time. Anyways, roll fat, get star, and now hold on to dear life while sabotaging everyone else's Woody Woods experience. Especially Mario's. Toadette, I am so sorry. You do not deserve this. I cannot think of a time loss more sickening than assault. Okay, well, at least that's only the 2nd most disgusting thing he's done this turn. If I can pull back the curtain a little bit, I was going to use that last bit to make a joke about Mario physically assaulting Toadette, who I assume was a child, but I wanted to make sure. So I typed Toadette age into Google in hopes of finding an answer, and I discovered that her wiki page on the Super Mario Wiki has been removed due to vandalism. And I just wanted to ask, what? How bad was it? Looking at the public comments on the graveyard of her page, it's easy to believe that, yeah, people online are weird.
Hi, I'm Toadette. Please hit finally changed her
You
age
only
to 16 suits her way
Toadette
penis.
Toadette is a little bitch. I agree. So do I. So, they can't all be that bad, right?
Who wants to lock Toadette? I want to lock Toadette in my basement.
So how about I just talk about, like, literally anything else? Like, I don't know, today's sponsor. Skillshare. As I'm sure you all know, Skillshare is an online learning community that is committed to helping you explore your passions and possibly help you find new ones. With classes on animation, illustration, music production, and so many more, you can spend all of your time with thousands of online videos and projects featuring real professionals already working in your field of interest. The class I've been really interested in lately is Inside the Studio: How Music Producers Collaborate with Artists, taught by the Grammy Award-winning music producer, Focus. It not only talks about some insider secrets about getting the best out of your music after it's been recorded, but it focuses on getting the best experience out of a live session for both you and the artist you're working with. And one of my favorite parts of Skillshare is that there are never any ads, like this one. So if you feel even the slightest bit annoyed by this monologue, head over to Skillshare, because you won't ever hear something like this again. The first 1,000 people that sign up using my link in the description will get a free 1-month trial for Skillshare so you can start exploring your passions today. So thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and if you're interested at all, feel free to click the link in the description and check out Skillshare today. Hey, welcome back to Mario Party. Currently, I am playing a minigame where, Hey, welcome back to Mario Party. It's the last 5 turns. Historically, I have been bullshit lucky, and this example is no different. Toad gives out his routine sympathy prize to not 4th place, not to 3rd place, but of course, to me, chilling comfortably in 2nd place. Too bad it was just 10 coins. But of course, those 10 coins gave me just enough to buy a gold pipe, pay my taxes, and collect another star all in the same turn. Oh, and a hidden block. So with a near guaranteed win under my belt, all I had to do was stay alive and avoid chance time like the plague. Does that expression work anymore? Because, you know, we had a plague and, like, we didn't. Oh, yeah! Mario, you petty bitch. Getting a fast minigame was nice, but like all time save in Mario Party, there's always a parallel time loss. You know, like gold pipe into gold pipe into gold pipe into... Well, On to the next one, Spaceland. This one is fairly easy to guarantee a win, but oh my god is it a drag. This board is bigger than my own ego, and I have never once learned how to navigate either of them. So hopefully we can make up some time lost on the board with some fast, thrilling minigames. You know, or not. That works too. Breaking news, this Mario doesn't support cops. Unlike some Marios, Spaceland is a surprisingly honest board because you have to actually earn your stars and roll high. It's not like the game's just gonna hold your hand and give you a shining win on a silver platter. No, of course not. Especially not for someone like me who has such a long legacy of being criminally unlucky. Fuck you! Time for the last 5 turns, and I am perfectly normal and calm. Not insane in the slightest, like the average person who decides to speedrun Mario Party. The game's halfway over, and I'm sitting comfortably in first place. And on one hand, this is Mario Party. Anything could happen. No. But on the other hand, this could happen. Yeah. Yeah, with 4 boards down, it was finally time to secure a place on the Mario Party Superstar Speedrun Hall of Fame leaderboards, etc. But first, we had a win waiting for us in Horrorland. Horrorland, sorry. There's a reason I saved this one for last. It's simple. There's a lot of chomp calls here. At least I get the star this turn. Well, my current plan is to just move as far as I can, as fast as I can, until I feel confident enough in a secure win, which is definitely possible if I stay cool, calm, and collected. Eat shit, Mario! Daisy got a plunder chest. It's really not that scary, it's just a time loss because she's just gonna steal a chomp call so she gets to use it instead. Luckily, she didn't have time to use it as I collected my first star, and you know what? This is a little harder than expected, since the onslaught of chomp calls makes it nearly impossible to get close enough to a star. Last 5 turns, again, woo! This time, Wario gets selected in 3rd place and gets gifted a golden pipe. Okay, catch your breath, Jacob. You got this. The storm of chaos is over. All you have to do is fuck. God, no. Okay, well, I'm a broke bitch, and if I'm meant to make money moves, I gotta make money move first. With only 2 turns remaining, how in the hell am I supposed to? Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
God, I'm so sorry, Wario. I swear this is not personal. It is in the name of my pride, and I cannot let anyone stand in the way of that. Not even a CPU in a children's party game. For I have never lost to a CPU in a children's party game.
That'd be awesome. Now look.
Now, all I need to do is roll fat, so no chomp call could ever see it coming. So, Peach, what's 9 plus 10? And as far as I'm aware, I think that guarantees a win.
This shit kind of like Squid Game.
So on our final turn of the entire run, Mario does what Mario does best. Waste my goddamn time. And then Daisy does what Daisy does best. Waste my goddamn time. And then Wario. You know what? Actually, no. Wario's fine. And with our final minigame, let's play something quick, thrilling, and perfectly fitting for the run so far. Yeah, put 30 seconds on the board, and we're home. 2 hours, 40 minutes, and 39 seconds. Nothing to write home about, but hey, that's 4th place on the leaderboards with a nearly blind run. But I wasn't satisfied with that. I wanted the world record. Nay, I needed it. So naturally, I attempted multiple runs in the following days, and like a true speedrunner, I reset all of them. Yeah, that might as well happen. You know what? This run was going pretty well, so it does make sense for it to not go well.
Suddenly, I have been attempting runs at this game for 15 hours in a row. So, yeah. However, despite all of these resets, I did finish one of them and saved a whopping 2 minutes, which was still 4th place. Then I reset many more runs after that. 47 to be exact. Despite my multitude of failures, I ended up learning a lot of fun strategies while failing and experimenting. The most useful one is that the CPUs become worse at the game if all human players are removed from play. Book Squirm, Mushroom Mashup, and Hot Rope Jump are all examples of minigames that can go on for theoretically ever, so throwing them is by far the fastest way to move on. Because the alternative is challenging the master level CPUs in probably the area they're strongest at. My biggest problem in my first few runs was that I definitely won too many of the minigames, most of which would have just been faster to lose. Reverse a Bomb is a great example since you can just corner your teammate and watch as tragedy strikes the Amazon warehouse floors that somehow gets buried in the news. Bitch. Most of the 1v3 minigames can be thrown from the team perspective and nearly all of them can be thrown from the solo perspective. Then I realized how much time I lost on the boards from blatant lack of knowledge. The funniest strategy I found was that on Koopas Tropical Island, if you get to Thwomp first, invest every coin you have, all of the computers are stingy as hell and will refuse to pay the toll and avoid the star no matter what. Unfortunately, a lot of the time save is left up to Lady Luck, and I had multiple good runs ruined by the unforgiving nature of, well, Mario Party. So after a combined 20 hours of grinding runs and another 10 hours of studying footage, my weekend dedicated to speedrunning Mario Party was about to come to a close as I set out to use all of my newfound knowledge to conquer the world record. So let's embark on one final run. God, ouch.
Are you okay?
Yeah, my wrist just kind of hurt. It's whatever, I'll just finish this run.
You should probably stop and get that checked out.
So, as much as I would love to do one final run, I instead scheduled a doctor's appointment. And you know what he told me? This part is not a joke, this is just based in reality. Somehow, I've developed carpal tunnel. Twice. So, 4th place isn't that bad after all.